Hi, Dr. Vidya here, medical doctor and CEO of Athena Publishing House Limited. Now, I am here to take you on a journey through the school of life, where your life will be transformed in every aspect of your life. And this all happens because of a mind shift. The way that this happens is through various positive psychological tools, things like mindfulness, meditation, visualizations, journaling. There's a whole host of things that we'll go through on this channel. But the biggest thing, which one of my followers has asked me to do this video on, hence this video today, is on gratitude journaling. Now, whoa, don't leave yet. I know it all sounds a bit woo, but actually, gratitude journaling has been shown. There's numerous studies now which have shown that it is evidence-based. It does work. There are no side effects, and it can be as effective as antidepressants. Now, why do gratitude journaling? Now, before I go on, disclaimer alert, this does not substitute you obviously seeing a medical doctor, a medically qualified doctor, such as a GP, if you feel that you may be having symptoms of depression or anxiety or any other health condition. It's really imperative that you do actually see a medical doctor in the first instance, just to check that everything is okay. But aside from that, this video is not a substitute for that, but aside from that, I've helped tens of thousands of patients with their mental health through positive psychological tools such as gratitude journaling. Now, obviously I was seeing them very regularly and we were going through things in a lot of detail, but gratitude journaling is something which many people have really found has transformed their life. Now, why is gratitude journaling so important? Well, studies have shown that gratitude journaling can help you to overcome depression, anxiety. Okay, get this. It can help improve your cholesterol. It can actually help to increase your life expectancy because it helps to reduce your cardiovascular risks. Okay, so it's good for your heart. It can help to prevent dementia. Okay, so it helps with your memory loss. It's just a whole host of things. It is just mind-blowing. And most of all, it can increase your happiness. Okay, now the best weapon against unhappiness is gratitude journaling, is increasing your self-esteem. Okay, these are all very, very powerful emotional tools. Now, the important thing to remember is that because these are psychological tools, positive psychological tools, often people, if I'm honest, mock them. Or they just sort of think, oh, it's gratitude, mindfulness, okay, it's all a bit woo-woo, okay. But it works. There's research behind it. This is evidence-based. And I actually feel sorry for those people who aren't doing it because they're really missing out. They are really missing out on something which is transformational for their life. This can help you to transform every aspect of your life. Why? Because it's a mindset shift. It means that nothing that happens externally can affect you unless you let it. Okay? So let's take an example. You are driving on your way to work, someone cuts in, someone's really rude to you, someone comes home from work, they've had a really, really bad day, they're in a bad mood and something's happened, it's all your fault, and you can let that affect your day, or you cannot. You can react, or you can proactively address a situation through these positive psychology tools, which I'm going to teach you. You can be a victim to a situation in life which you may be completely justified in doing. Okay, I'm not saying that life is completely fair for everyone. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that horrible, awful, just horrific things don't happen to people. Okay, and I've seen them. You know, I've got patients who are victims of war crimes and just all sorts of just awful things that have happened. So, you know, I'm not saying those things don't happen, but we can choose to do something about it, you know, or we can let it just be all consuming and become a victim over it, you know. And that's not me being harsh or being mean, but it's just there is an alternative, is what I'm saying. There's an alternative, which is what I'm presenting, is that instead of letting this situation, whatever it is, be really all consuming and just making you feel awful, worrying, being anxious, which I know is, you know, it's not something that we can always help, but all of these things, dissatisfaction, anger, resentment, revenge, all of these negative emotions obviously exist for a reason, and we mustn't completely resist them, because what resists persists. But there's another way. Okay, and focusing purely on just all of that negativity, even though you may be completely justified, is only going to harm you. Okay, it's going to harm you, because it actually, you know, being very negative and holding on to all of this resentment and negativity and anger, these negative emotions, past the point at which they're effective, they actually start to cause stress on your system. Your cortisol, which is a stress hormone, increases in your body. And what does that do? Over a period of time, it actually reduces your immune system. Okay, it plays havoc with your immune system. It can then start to affect your physical health. Aside, so your mental health has already been affected. Depression, anxiety. Then it can actually affect your physical health. So heart disease, diabetes, even cancer. There is some studies showing that there is that link there between stress and, you know, so we really have to be careful with what we let into our mind. Okay, obviously there are loads of different causes of cancer, and that's not the only one. But what I'm just saying is that there are things in life that we can have control over. Aside, you know, if you put aside religion and universe and whatever else that you may believe in. Oops, sorry. So whatever else you may believe in, there are things that we can control in our life. Okay, and that's what we need to focus on. Put all our energy into that. Now, gratitude journaling is such a powerful emotional tool that you can use whenever you like. Anyone can use it. It's free. There's no side effects, completely natural, and it can actually do these things. Okay, now studies have shown it can help you to, as I've mentioned, overcome depression, anxiety, cholesterol, heart disease. So there's numerous things. Now, how does it do that? We are retraining our mind. Okay, the mind is like a monkey. I love monkeys, but the mind is very haphazard. It will do what it wants. Now, here's the thing. Okay, this is it. We are programmed to be negative. Yeah, let's just sit for a second with that. Our minds are programmed, the factory settings, if you like, are programmed to be negative. Not all the time, but basically the reflex is to be negative. Now, why is that? It's because when we were cavemen and cavewomen, it was all about survival. It still is in society because we're human beings, but it was a much more visceral, physical survival. You know, I'm going to get eaten by a bear, going to get eaten by a lion. So it was very negative. It was very much about, if I do this, what could happen? And negativity can help you with that risk averseness of what are the potential dangers in this situation, that fight or flight response. Okay, and that's useful in certain situations. If I'm sitting at home here and getting really stressed out about a particular situation, and then my negativity kicks in, and then this happened, and then I get angry, and then it's resentment, and then it just all snowballs, that is less useful. Okay. Now, I think it's really, really important that we focus on that this is retraining the mind. Okay, so this is a habit. You're not just gonna, just start one day and that's it. From now on, it's all completely fine. And you do have to practice it, and we are making a habit. But instead of that bus cutting in, or someone being really rude to you, or someone saying really just awful things to you, instead of letting that get you down and being a victim, and it's just also awful, which you're completely within your right to say. Instead, no, I can be a victor, and you release your inner warrior. So you release your inner warrior, and you are powerful. You harness your inner power, okay, and you reach your truest, fullest potential, okay. And it's completely independent of any external environment. What people say, what people do to you, whatever happens, this is yours, this is within you. And you can create these and use these amazing psychological tools to empower you even further. Okay, it's all sitting in there. You're just trying to get it out, that's all. So by using these tools, you are actually retraining the mind. We are using the feel-good hormones, the neurotransmitters, there's two of them. There's dopamine and there's serotonin. I'm sure you've heard of them. But they're the real feel-good hormones that when somebody is depressed or anxious or down or certain other mental health conditions, there's an actual chemical imbalance in the brain, okay? So the physical level of them is low. And you can actually replace that with medication. Obviously, if you need to take medication, that's what you should do. Therapy can also help that. But the other thing that can help are these psychological tools, okay? And if you have very, mild in comparison to some people, depression or anxiety, and obviously, as I said, you need to see a medical expert, a medical doctor, but nonetheless, you can use these tools such as gratitude journaling and mindfulness meditation, loads of other things which we'll go into. You can use these tools to transform your life. You can use them to rewire your brain. Now, how? Over the years, you have been following a particular habit. Something happens, you react, you get angry, dissatisfied, resentment, whatever it is, and there's a neuronal pathway. It's like a wire. It's basically a wire in your brain. Just imagine a normal wire, and the wire inside. There are neuronal, it's firing off, okay? And over time, we do this. It's the same reaction every time, same reaction. And over time, so that's forming this habit. It's a habitual response, okay? Now, what we're trying to do with gratitude journaling is we're trying to move the mind from this negative state into a more positive state. But we have to be really intentional with it, okay? It's not just thinking about things that I'm a bit grateful for. It's intentional. I'm writing it down. I'm thinking about it. I'm really, really focusing, really visualizing it. By doing those things, the mind is forming new neuronal pathways, new wiring, that over time, with practice and habit, over a few days to a few weeks, whatever it is, you can actually rewire your brain to become less negative, more positive, okay, which is really, really important. So by focusing on gratitude journaling, we are rewiring our brain, and we can actually help to increase our life expectancy and all of these amazing things. Now, let me give you an example. So if I was to write in my journal today, I would, so far from what I've done today, I would say, I am really grateful that I had a really lovely breakfast, a really healthy breakfast, which was manuka honey, bananas, sliced banana on rye toast with some cinnamon and turmeric, and lots of healthy recipes in my book, by the way. This is all part of your positive psychological tools as healthy eating. So I'm really grateful that I was able to start off the day like that. I'm really grateful that I had access to healthy food, that I was able to afford it. I'm really grateful that I have a loving husband who also supports this healthy lifestyle, because that's really nice for me. and my son to be able to be in an environment, my husband, where we're all, you know, wanting to be healthy. That's really good for us. It makes me feel really positive about the future. I'm really grateful that I am having this opportunity to talk to you through this video, to serve you the best way that I know how. I'm really grateful that this can help people, hopefully on a global level, as opposed to seeing my patients one by one, which is also extremely important to me. But I really want these messages to get out there, because I've seen how much it's been helping tens of thousands of patients that I've seen. It's been transformational, and I want to share it. I want to share what I've been through and how it's helped me and how it's helped my other patients. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be able to do that. It makes me feel good, and it holds me accountable as well, you know, because I can't just say this stuff. I have to do it. I have to really, really do it. So it makes me a better person. It makes me be in healthy competition with myself only, which I think is really important, so that I am striving to be the absolute best version of myself every day. And I'm really grateful for that opportunity. I'm so grateful for those really challenging lessons that I've had in life. I'm really grateful for them, because had I not had those, I wouldn't appreciate the sweeter times in life. I also wouldn't have learned these psychological tools like gratitude journaling, mindfulness meditation, the importance of healthy eating, actually doing it, you know, self-esteem, confidence, all of these things, which are so important, has been transformational for my personal growth. And I now want to share that with you. All of this is evidence-based. And so, you know, as a doctor, I'm always looking for things which are evidence-based. So I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to share that with you. I'm grateful to be having the opportunity to be a mother. I'm so grateful to be able to share my affirmations with my son, who, poor thing, has to listen to it every day when I do. But I'm really grateful that I've got this opportunity to share that, you know, with him. And so they're the kind of things that I might write in my gratitude journal today, and I will write them today. So I might write them more briefly. If I don't have much time, I might just literally just list them 1, 2, 3, or I might really go into detail and really write, and I don't care about grammar, and just half of it doesn't even make sense. So you can ask any of my friends, actually, when I'm texting really passionately, they're just like, no, this doesn't make sense, what is this? But what I'm saying is, get caught in the moment. You know, don't think about grammar and this and should I, you know, just write it down. Now, the best tools to actually write it down, it doesn't matter. Okay, I personally like using an app, because it's on your phone, you always have it with you. You could use Evernote, you can use a notes section. I use a really, really good app actually called Bliss. Now the Bliss app is has all these great sections, one of which is a gratitude journal. You don't have to use any expensive apps. I think this is free, or it's free when I got it a good few years ago now. You can use a journal, like a standard pen journal. It doesn't have to be anything. This is my journal, pretty much most of the time with me, so you can write it down in there, or just normal exercise, but it doesn't have to be anything, you know, expensive. But write it down. Yeah, it's not the same as sort of thinking about, I'm kind of a little bit grateful. No, you have to intentionally write it down. That's really, really important, okay? Because we're trying to rewire our minds here. But it is just as simple as that. And really feeling it, really feeling like, oh, I'm so grateful, and, you know, thinking about it and imagining it, and then writing it down and doing it every day. This is a practice, okay? So that's really important. That's the kind of thing that I would do. Now, what I want you to do is just a little exercise, okay? Just for 10 seconds, I want you to look around the room. Give me your room, my room, whichever. I want you to look around, and for 10 seconds, I want you to find anything that is green. Go. So anything green, just note it down. Have a think. 10 seconds. Okay, I think that's about 10 seconds. So, you were looking for anything that was green. Okay, now tell me what was red. Got you out there, didn't I? Okay, the whole point of that exercise was, your mind is constantly looking for what is negative most of the time. People normally look for what's wrong what's gone wrong with this. Whether they mean to be critical or not, it's just how the mind is. And then some people are actually just quite critical people, which makes them extremely negative. But actually the mind is built that way. Now, the red things that I was asking about, they're the positive things. So can you see how you can actually easily really miss out on these positive things? You actually sometimes almost have to just really look for it initially, because you're just not used to doing it. You're not used to doing it as much. Now, the first time you do gratitude journaling, you will feel good. Obviously, you'll be like, yeah, I appreciate this, I appreciate that, and it might feel quite nice. Then it's over, and just get on with your day. That's it. So this is something which should be done daily, okay? And you will find that when you're really doing it within a couple of days, even 2 weeks, it will be transformational. You'll start to look for things that, oh, that was really nice. You know, somebody opened the door for me, or oh, my husband made me a cup of coffee. That's really sweet. Or this person did this for me, which really helped me out. Or wow, I got that's really quite challenging feedback, but actually it was really good because it's really helped me in my personal growth journey, and I'm really gonna take whatever I think is useful within that. If it's not useful, I'm just gonna let it roll off me and, you know, peace out. But I'm gonna take anything that's in there that I think, well, actually, yeah, I think this person might have had a point with that, and I'm gonna take that and be grateful for it, because now that's gonna make me even stronger, even more, you know, harnessing my inner power. And I think that's really, really important. So I'm going to be grateful for all of those things, and you'll start to look for those things. Something will happen and you'll start to see, oh, actually, I can see, you know, I can see how this is a good thing. I can see how this is positive. You'll start to go through maybe something which is extremely challenging, which will happen. That's just the school of life. But you'll go through something which is extremely challenging, and you will find that you are much more resilient, okay? You are much more powerful, that you react less, that you are much more proactive, okay? That little space between, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze, that little space between something happening externally, and this is normally your reaction, which is bang, react. That little space, to everyone else feels the same, but to you, that little space becomes just that little bit bigger, and you've got a bit more time. And that's what mindfulness is. You've got a bit more time to think about, okay, actually, maybe they didn't mean that, or maybe they didn't mean this, or okay, you know, maybe they don't really understand what I was saying, or you know, you've got different ways to choose how you want to now proactively address the situation, not just react like a victim, but just react and react and react and have a tantrum. You are able to empower yourself and feel really strong and feel, no, I'm a victor, I'm not a victim, and I choose to react to this, to proactively address this, I choose to proactively address this in a positive way. And maybe that means you have to be very assertive, but you can be it with compassion, and you can still be respectful when you're saying no. So do you see what I mean? There's just, your approach is very different. And because your approach is different, you'll find that your relationships start to slowly change over time, because there's a different energy there. People are being addressed in a different way, so they naturally address you in a different way. All of those sorts of things. And, you know, I am really a strong believer in, you know, if you are looking for more positive things, that more positive things do happen. I am a strong believer in that. Also, there are studies that do show that when somebody is extremely negative and always looking for negative things around them, always looking for the negative, that it's not necessarily, basically more negative things happen to them, but it's also because it's almost like they're always looking for it, so that's all they ever see. Okay, so yes, it's law of attraction. There's also some other studies which do show that, which give a different theory, but essentially it's saying the same thing. Okay. So gratitude journaling, extremely powerful. It's so transformational. It's really, really helped me through some very, you know, challenging times. And I think that I'm just giving this gift to you. And I know it's probably something that you've heard of before, but I really, really strongly recommend that you try it today. So right now, let's take life. Let's really take part in life, and let's do something right now. Let's not just watch a YouTube video and then we just go on to the next one. No, we're going to do something right now which our future self is going to thank us for. Thank you for doing that day. Thank you for still doing it. It's been transformational. Okay? So, I want you to do a few things, please. Right now, I want you to comment down below. I want you to write 3 things which you're grateful for. 3 things. Anything. Doesn't matter how small, doesn't matter how big. It could be, I'm so grateful I had a hot shower today. I'm so grateful I got hot water. Whatever it is. You know, that's a small thing to us, but, you know, first world problem. So 3 things that you're grateful for, okay? If it's something really personal, download the Bliss app or write it on Evernote or somewhere, you know, lock your phone and write it down, something that you're grateful for. Let's really do this. Let's do this now. Pause this video and do it now. Take action. Don't be someone who just talks. Let's do this. Let's take massive action to transforming our lives. It's these needle point, you know, 1% little movements that done consistently is transformational for your life. Okay, so pause the video. Do this right now. 3 things you're grateful for. Go. Okay, done that? Now the next thing I want you to do is 2 things that you're going to take away from this video. 2 things you're going to take away. It might be 2 things you've learned. It might be 2 things you're going to do from now on. Whatever it is, but just 2 things. Okay, done that? Now, one thing I want you to do is 1 self-development topic. Now, self-development, this is like personal growth, this is self-help, self-empowerment, whatever you want to call it. Now, lots of people mock it. Quite unfortunately, those are the people who just have not had the power, experienced the power of maybe personal growth, or they haven't realised that it was called that. And it might sound mumbo jumbo, and you know, I'm the mumbo jumbo queen, but it really works. Okay, it's evidence-based. This is proven. These are proven strategies. They're natural. There's no side effects, you know, so what is the harm? What is the harm if it can help you? You have to do it coupled with action. You have to actually do stuff in your life too. But your mind is like a monkey, okay? Needs to be controlled. It needs to be controlled. It needs to be self-regulated, manage the emotions, and all of these psychological tools which you practice every day. They're not hard to do, but you're just taking 5 minutes just to practice it every day, and you will see it's absolutely transformational. So I want you to give me 1 topic, please. 1 self-development topic that you would like me to do a video on. Just give me the topic that you think, well, how can I serve you? Okay, how can I help you? How can I use my expertise to help you with whatever it is that you're going through, something which is related to personal development, personal growth, self-development, you know, it might be like visualization, it might be mindfulness meditation, whatever it is. Give me, you know, it might be about success habits, but give me 1 topic, okay, and I will do that for you. And finally, please, if you found this useful at all, or you think somebody else might find it useful, please do like the video, please share it, because I really want to get this message out globally. I want it to impact millions of people's lives. I know, you know, gratitude journaling has been around for decades, but there are, you know, if you're only just coming across it now, then, you know, I've got more to share, and I really want people to feel the power of this. You know, it's helped so many of my patients, and I really want the same for you, and hence why I'm doing these videos. So please share it. Please do subscribe. Now, I am launching a mastermind. Okay, I'm launching a mastermind. It's not open to the masses, but this will be coming in the next few months. I'm launching a mastermind, and this will be for, I'm proactively looking for very motivated individuals who are looking to be empowered to transform every single aspect of their life. Now, this is based on the book that I've written called Habits, Your Life-Changing Plan. It's a 21-day plan. It's available on Amazon. There'll be a description in the box below. So it's based on that book, but and I do strongly recommend that you get the book. So it's on Kindle Unlimited as well, and the paperback version is coming out soon. But aside from the book, there will be this mastermind. Now, mastermind is where you can really harness the energy of this globally supportive group to hold you accountable, to support you, and to make sure that these transformations happen. Now, the book, the mastermind, contains healthy recipes, plant-based recipes, non-plant-based recipes. It's all evidence-based. I'm not going to ever give you any information which is not trustworthy and safe. Completely, I'm a 100% registered, medically qualified doctor, trained in London, Barts, woo! So I know what I'm talking about, and I wouldn't ever give you information which was unsafe or not tried and tested. So that's what this book is about. It is based on positive psychological tools which I've used with patients and on myself, and they all work. And this is a 21-day plan, and this plan will kickstart your life if you want it to. Okay, you have to decide with intention that yes, this is what I want. I'm in charge, and I'm going to make this happen. And these are the tools which I'm empowering you with to do so. So there's a book. Like me on social media and follow me, and look out for this mastermind which I'm launching in the next couple of months, which is going to be, I'm looking for individuals who really want to achieve self-mastery. And if that's what you're looking for, subscribe to this channel, let me know in the comments below, and I'll let you know. Okay guys, so make sure you comment below 3 things you're grateful for, 2 things you're going to take away from this video, 1 self-development topic, and subscribe and share and let me know if you're interested in the mastermind, and make sure that you follow me on social media. Alright guys, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I can serve you this way. I really truly am. This is Dr. Vidya from drvidya.com, launching my website very soon. And here's to life mastery, people. Let's do this.